Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the next episode of our Runelords campaign. The conversation that was happening in the background is absolutely phenomenal, and you guys should probably be glad you couldn't hear it, because wow. I hope you're all doing well. Toll will be joining us as Solomon in about an hour or so, caught in traffic and whatnot. However, tonight, after our intrepid Heroes of Sandpoint, Heroes of Sampling, good job. Heroes of Sandpoint. Close enough. Our intrepid Heroes of Sandpoint have rested for a week, and after clearing out Thistletop and seemingly ending the goblin threat, possibly, maybe, hopefully, we are going to be starting book 2 tonight. So, in the meantime, we are joined again by Raven this week, playing Toshi. Raven, what did Toshi get up to in the last week? You are not. You are now.
Yes.
The captioning picked it up, so that's good.
Okay. So they just got a muted chaos.
Yeah, muted chaos for sure.
Okay. You know what? That's how Voron is to Toshi, just muting chaos.
100%.
Toshi, first of all, would probably talk to what's the familiar relation again? I'm thinking like
It's like a cousin-in-law.
sister-in-law? Yeah, cousin-in-law, sister-in-law,
Yeah.
whatever.
So it's probably it's the same noble family, but it's kind of more like cousin-in-law twice removed
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, it's yeah.
Because I'm an offshoot of the main family, and then they're also an
Yeah.
offshoot of the main family.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'd be a cousin once removed.
Yeah, something like that. There's I could probably track down exactly what it is, but we'll say you're a cousin once or twice removed.
Yeah.
Cousin-in-law once or twice removed.
Yeah. So yeah, talk to her a bit.
Mayor Kendra Devon.
Yes, the mayor.
Yep.
Honestly, probably hung out with Voron if he would let Toshi.
No.
No?
I mean, even if you were to try and speak to Voron, you get absolute glassy-eyed a trance-like state. It's trance-like state.
Man, whatever drugs dwarves take must be strong.
Yeah, you gotta watch that forge.
I love the idea that they have a drug called Forage.
Oh, probably. So, you caught up with the mayor. There wasn't really a lot of wasn't really much. Sandpoint's been quiet in the last few years. Basically, you were told the story of, and it's sort of wasn't what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't really, you knew about it, and it happened just before the Sandpoint fire. They call it the late unpleasantness, I believe, is what they call it. And what it was a serial killer was on the loose in Sandpoint, by the name of the Chopper, and the person that was apprehended and for those murders lived on Chopper's Isle, aptly named.
Yeah. I feel like I might have interacted with him when I did my Carrion Crown game.
Entirely possible. I'm not sure. But yes, the aftermath of how
Hmm.
Sandpoint dealt with that was sort of talked about a lot. And everything that's happened between then and now, the Sandpoint fires. You probably the last time you saw Mayor Kendra Devon was
Probably wedding.
probably yeah, exactly. So how long ago was that?
4 years.
4 years. Yeah. So
Closing on to
the
5.
fire was about 5 years ago.
Okay.
So it was probably just after the fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Um. Other than that, there's no real news. You guys did speak about um the contracting of the new chapel, Sandpoint
Hmm.
Cathedral, the new one. But yeah, that's about it. There's no
Mostly
news
thought.
that you didn't have any news. Yeah, but yeah.
How's she feeling about us? Like gallivanting around a bit.
Um. Well, funnily enough, she does actually sort of say that she feels that the general consensus is that you guys are similar in caliber to the general population, to Shalalu and Amiko. They see you guys as the same as them.
Okay. So
So definitely
folk
sort of
hero.
yeah, folk hero sort of thing. Yeah.
eh,
Um
One.
and sorry,
Sorry.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna let you finish that one. What your thought?
Um and probably the equivalent of probably Sunday or Monday ish.
Mhm.
Um, Chuck, do you know what day we would have finished forging your hammer? Voron's hammer?
What day did we start?
It's a great question. I don't remember.
And how long are your weeks? Are they 5 days,
Five
7
days,
days?
7 days, 7 days, 7 days.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, if it took
7 days.
us all week, and we started on a whatever day we got back,
I believe
or the
it
day after, whatever day we got
was. Let
back.
me just. Oh, that's.
What year is this?
Wasn't
And
it a Saturday?
what month?
Because
I
I'd done
believe it was a Saturday, and then it would have
So
taken you
Saturday,
until the Friday.
Friday, so
And it was
Saturday.
Lemeshan?
Lemishon.
Yeah, 5th of Lemeshan.
5th of Lemishon. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Starday
Star Day.
until Saturday the 11th. What year?
Uh, well, I think we're gonna say 4712.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% sure if that's actually true,
Let's hope it is.
but yeah, it's actually it might have been the 12th of Lemeshan, which makes it the 18th
Mhm.
of Lemeshan.
What was the Desna Festival's name?
The
Ah, never mind.
Swallowtail
Found it.
Festival. It was on Sunday Rover,
Yep.
22nd. So yeah, so it's probably closer to we'll say it is Fire Day. No, we'll say it's the morning of, because you slept that night, the morning of Star Day, the 19th of Lamachan.
Okay.
That's what we'll say.
Okay. I Also, the second question that I was going to ask
Yeah.
Was how much our rumor had gotten out of the town.
About the Heroes of Sandpoint.
Yes.
That's not really. Who do you ask?
The mayor,
The mayor.
as yes, seeing if she had sent out anything about us.
So you ask, and she said that she hadn't said anything other than there was a group of dedicated individuals that have banded together to help protect Sandpoint.
Mm.
She didn't really say much else. She didn't give you a name. She didn't name you. She didn't. Yeah, she just said that there was a group of individuals that have taken a particular interest in the safety of Sandpoint.
Okay.
A group of
And
skilled individuals.
and has there been any word from the rest of the Devon family?
She does say that she has received word from one Mira Devon.
Oh, yay.
Asking if Kendra has seen you.
Have you sent a letter back?
I have not. You want me to tell her she's here? Do you want me to tell her you are here?
It just like goes back and just goes like you know, head like going back all the way, just and sighing and slightly
Yeah.
deflating, just yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very not ladylike, but
yeah. For sure.
Yeah. But it's family, you don't need to worry about that.
Exactly. So she does ask if you want her to let Mira know that you are here.
Three days. Send a letter back in 3 days saying that I'm here.
I can do that.
Did they ever tell you
Guess you
why?
won't be here in 3 days.
Toshi's just gone.
Like 3 days.
Yeah.
Give me 3 days to leave, and then you can send a letter back saying that I'm here.
Yeah, 100%.
Now what else again to say? Did I ever send you why I might have left? Or
No.
there? Okay.
Why? Why did you leave? Since you brought it up and everything.
Oh, you know me, I'm one with stories.
You are.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just want another one, and sometimes you're trying to run away from one.
Toshi, I don't believe that you fit in with that side of the family, so
I mean, nor does Mira. We both know that. Nor do our siblings. My parents-in-law are not the kindest of
interesting.
people. So,
Yes. Yes. Well,
irony to the name, isn't it?
very much so. Very much so. There is a reason that my side of the family moved to Sandpoint and set up here rather than staying in Magnemar.
Oh, was it to run away from my side? Oh dear, they're so nice.
Yeah. In any case, I hope you aren't going to run again.
If I was running, I would have done it by now.
Makes sense. If I
Sorry
may,
about that.
Yes.
she is your wife,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that she deserves a certain level of communication and honesty.
Yeah.
Maybe just something to think about and consider. That's all.
Oh, yeah. I know. Anyway, I'm a kitsune. Bye. And Toshi walks out.
Bye. Wow. You hear as you sort of close the door behind you, you hear um uh uh um
Does she follow?
I'm actually not surprised. No, she doesn't follow. You do hear a very deep sigh as you very quickly beat a hasty retreat from the Devon residence. And on your way back to um the Rusty Dragon, I
Mhm.
assume.
Yeah.
That's when you notice what I told you before.
Okay. Toshi's gonna walk up. Does
Mhm.
Toshi see the guards that she absolutely roasted that one time?
No.
Aw. Aw, I was gonna ask him what was up. Toshi's gonna find one of the guards that she probably
Mhm.
confused, if she can.
Oh yeah, there was a few of them.
Yeah. Toshi walks
So
up to one and goes,
probably not hard. Yes.
"You all look different."
I look the same as I always do.
No, you're holding yourself differently.
I move along.
No, literally, you're holding yourself differently. I need to know
Move
what's up.
along.
Hey, can I get him to make a will save?
What are
He
you
does.
doing?
I'm using charm. And when it ends, he has no idea what happened. He doesn't.
And what kind of charm is it?
Just a charm person. Charm mind affecting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he doesn't know that I'm casting it because it does not require components because
Yep.
it is a racial
Yep.
ability. And when it ends, he does not know about it unless you have a ruling that says otherwise. Which I would like to know about because
That's cool.
I would probably know about it.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
What's the DC?
15.
15. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Me. What happens if he succeeds?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He doesn't know. Yeah.
Okay. You get the same move along.
You're not as fun as last time. Bye.
No response.
Okay, Toshi definitely knows something's up now.
Yeah. So you head back to the Rusty Dragon.
Mhm.
What are you doing? Walk in the door. Miko's there. Solomon is nowhere to be seen.
How many people are in there?
It's pretty full. Pretty full actually. It's probably about at this point late afternoon
Okay. Toshi's gonna.
on the 18th, the star day.
Toshi's gonna find Miko.
Yep, she's behind the bar. Super easy to
Toshi's
find.
gonna go to where like the entrance of the bar, behind the bar is, and just go.
Yep.
Does Miko do anything?
What
Toshi's
are you
trying to.
doing?
Oh, I trying to get Miko's attention. I forgot that I didn't have my
Yeah,
webcam up.
you don't have a camera.
No.
Yeah, so she nods at you, and after probably a couple minutes, she's pretty busy.
Mhm.
A couple minutes, she has a moment, and she says, "Ah, Toshi, how can I help you?"
What's up with the guards? They're acting weird.
I will be completely honest with you. I haven't stepped out of this tavern for longer than a few minutes in the last few days. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, like, I would think at least one of them would be talking when drunk.
I haven't actually seen many guards in here lately. I don't know.
That's weird.
They tend to frequent every tavern in town. Well, I guess both now that the White Deer has changed hands.
Hmm.
So it's not uncommon that I would not see them for a week or two.
Odd.
How so?
They're just acting weird.
Hmm.
Like they're actually walking around with a sense of purpose instead of just walking around.
Maybe the new militia is doing its job. Maybe it's instilling a
Eh.
sense of pride.
Got
It's not
some
pride.
training now, and are
Yeah, I don't think it's
acting on it.
pride.
Who
They're
knows?
just
I'm sure it's fine.
they're like the type that would stare me down normally if I wasn't already known.
I don't know what to tell you. If you're really, really concerned about it, maybe speak to the sheriff.
That's a good point. I could
I
talk to
would take
him.
Voren with you. He seems to really respect Voren.
Foreign seems to be busy. He's locked his door.
His door's never locked. Strange.
I mean, like, it is now.
Hmm.
I mean, like, I looked over the side and he seemed to have been busy.
I mean, his forge has been going for, I mean, what is it now? Probably near on a week non-stop.
That Voren better be fucking eating.
Well, he hasn't been in here, and I don't know. Don't know what to tell you, Toshi.
Next time I see him, he's being force fed.
If he's gone a week without food, it wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last.
He's done it
And
before?
have you met him? Of course he has.
That's not healthy.
No, it's not, but it's also not healthy to force feed someone who hasn't eaten for a week.
No, I never said I was going to force feed him a lot of food. Just making sure he fucking eats.
Yeah, well, that it has always been the struggle. Is there anything else I can help you with? I do have a
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I do have a bar to run, basically. I have a yeah.
Yeah, Trisha just walks away right as she starts going, I have a bye.
Hi. And she shakes her head and just goes back to the bar.
She goes around to cause mischief.
Okay, what kind of mischief does Toshi cause? And is it the kind that she's going to get arrested for?
I mean, like, it's hard to arrest somebody who's invisible.
Difficult, but not unconscious. Not unconscious. Not impossible.
Sorry,
Is what I
sorry.
meant
It's
to
hard
say.
to it's It's hard to figure out who is invisible to arrest them.
This is true. This is true.
Mhm.
No, that's all
No,
good.
Toshi just sort of goes up to tables and just enters into conversations.
Okay. You walk up to one table and there is a guy there that is missing half of his lip. Looks like he's taken a beating pretty recently.
Have anything fun happened to you recently?
Looks up at you and like grizzled face, like from the middle of his lip over to the left. Just it looks like it was like bitten out by another person.
Kinky.
Decidedly not.
Are you kink shaming?
No, I know what happened. No, I know what happened, and I am definitely not. He just looks at you just with pure contempt.
Doshi's just smiling.
No. And he goes back to his meal.
I mean, like, I was bitten by a goblin dog like a few days ago. You want to see the scar?
Congratulations. And keeps eating.
Aw, no fun. Doshi goes to another table.
Cool. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Welcome to chaos, Doshi.
I mean, we got to fill in another half hour till Toll gets back somehow.
19.
19. Okay. Okay. You just make out it's a hooded figure, and I'm sure that you couldn't help yourself. You just make out the point of a star tattooed into, so it's colored red. You're not sure how many points it has, but the hooded man, sort of pulled forward, seems to be eating a meal, trying to stay. Sorry.
Are the points in the same shape as the amulet we found?
No. You only sort of see 1 point, whereas if there were 7 points, you would probably see 7 points. If there were 7 points, you would probably see more than 1, but you can only see 1.
Okay.
So you see the point just sort of, not on his forehead, but like he's bald, and it probably ends like right here, and you just catch a flash of like color as he sort of shuffles his hood forward a little bit more.
Doshi's gonna go over to him.
Sitting alone at a table.
Hi.
Looks up at you, sort of shrugs the cloak forward a little bit, and it's a weird voice. It's deep, but it's smooth. He says, "Well, how can I help you?"
I was just seeing what you're up to.
Just having a meal?
Alone?
Of course. Evidently.
Oh. Well, not anymore.
Are you looking to join me, are you?
I'm just looking to see about an interesting individual. Not many people look as conspicuous as you do right now.
Being branded will do that to you. And he just
Yeah.
smiles.
Yeah. No, that's definitely a thing. I've gotten my way out of that happening a few times.
Unfortunately, I was not able to get my way out of it. Or fortunately, depending on the way you look at it.
Well, let's hope that it does not bring you any troubles here.
It hasn't yet.
So, what are you doing in town? Doja just sort of props their head up on the table, like elbows on it, just.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
yeah. I love that. He sort of shuffles his cloak forward a little bit more, stretches. The hood falls. Sort of, it's not quite peaked, but it falls down, sort of like mid forehead. You can't see the tattoo anymore. And he says, "My business is my own, and I would prefer to keep it that way, if it's all the same to you."
I'm like, sure. Could I at least know what your name is? It's not like I'm a fae to steal it.
He sort of leans in a little bit, just narrows his eyes, cocks his head,
Sounds like
and
something a Fae would say.
yeah,
A
cocks
fae
his
can't
head
lie,
and
though. Because
sits
that would be
back a
rude.
little. Names have power.
Oh, yes.
You can call me Deus.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well. And your name?
Well, I have many. What language do you want it in?
Pick one.
Well, in Cheliax, they call me the Sly Fox.
Is it fitting?
Eh, sometimes. Other times it's just incompetence on their end.
Yeah, that makes sense. Roll me a sense motive. And he sort of settles a little bit.
Mhm.
Are you from Cheliax, are you?
Oh no, I wandered through there. Horrible place.
Just some. Is that your sense motive?
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
You get a I don't know how else to say this.
Mm-hmm.
But you get a bad vibe from this dude.
Could
Like
I?
like just okay. You get a single chill from the tip of your spine, like in the base of your skull, all the way down through your tailbone. In fact, it kind of feels like it would travel down your tail if you had one at this point. Just a single just chill all the way down your spine, top to bottom.
Hmm.
Everything you can do to not visibly shudder.
I'm guessing you're from there.
We'll say Cheliax adjacent.
Hmm. So how do you feel about the churches in town? They're kind of pretty on the outside. They're much better on the inside, though.
I wouldn't know. I haven't really visited.
No?
No.
Well, I'd have to say the Desno one is very pretty.
I'm sure it
Especially
is. They
this time of
usually
year.
are.
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah, go for it.
Of how
What are you looking for?
how much he dislikes where the conversation is.
Mm-hmm. He does not dislike this conversation at all.
Okay. Okay. How's he feeling about the topic of faith being brought up, though?
Comfortable enough?
Okay. Okay. Well, you did just miss a very nice festival, though. You should probably be happy about it. Goblins are a bit of a bitch during it.
Who says I missed it?
Well, I haven't seen you in town quite yet, so I sort of assumed. But,
Well, you know what they say about those who assume.
well, assumptions can make the difference between life and death.
Depends on what your occupation is.
I mean, you have to assume where your blade is going to land. You don't know where it is going to land for sure.
Only if you're not skilled enough to make it land where you aim.
Well, that always depends on the other person moving.
Not if you're skilled enough, it doesn't.
Oh, believe me, I know that. So, you're from around Chiliax?
Something like that.
Well, I can only assume one of a few things. Did you run, or were you never one of those people?
Well, Sly Fox.
Hmm.
And he says it in the native Chilaxian tongue.
Yeah.
I haven't run from anything in a very long time.
That's good.
I tend to not need to run.
Yeah, usually, if you have the right face, you just sort of blend in, or if you have the skill to do so.
Very much so. You would know.
Oh, yes, I would.
Roll me
So,
sense motive on that one.
okay.
Continue on.
3. Okay. So, I can tell you know much more about me than what you're letting on. Please enlighten me.
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, that means you won't know more than what I want you to know. Anyway. So.
And the whole time he's had just a very pleasant conversational smile.
Oh yeah, Toshi has too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound heartbreaking at all.
Oh no. It's two rogues going back and forth.
Yeah, rogues.
No, he's probably not a rogue. He's probably an inquisitor.
Yeah, Inquisitor.
So, do you want to tell me what you do for a living, or is that hidden? Because I'll happily tell you about me. Though one-sided conversations are kind of boring.
Well, I shared my name first.
Yeah, okay. You want me to tell you?
Go for it.
Well, I've been helping out around here. I've been taking care of some of their goblin problems.
Taking care of a goblin problem is always helpful in towns like these.
Oh, yes. It can be quite nasty, especially against small towns.
They are very infestuous.
At times, though, I've met a few more civilized goblins, which I've made great friends with. So I can't exactly blame their entire species for a group's problems.
Mm, Blaming an entire species for anything is usually not a fantastic idea.
Oh no, it's usually a horrible idea. I feel bad for some of the Asmar and Cheliax, honestly, having to deal with that.
Um, he says, well, they are very much a product of their place in life, in the world.
Hmm.
Some can help it, some cannot.
And that's when you can just give them a hand to get out of it.
If you have that power. Or the
Oh, yes.
inclination.
It's all about inclinations, isn't it?
It is.
So what do you do? I've talked about me.
Me? I ensure laws are upheld.
You mean like the Hell Knights?
Decidedly not. However, I have
Oh,
had some dealings with them.
yeah. I almost fought one once. That was probably a bad idea. Eh.
I can indeed tell you that is one of the worst.
I mean, like, he insulted me. He started it.
They they usually start it, they usually finish it.
So, you dislike the Hell Knights, or do you just fall into line with their ideals, but you butt heads about how to do it?
Neither.
Oh?
I don't dislike them. They have a reason for being. I don't necessarily agree with their teachings, however, I don't disagree with them either.
Which teachings would you dislike the most? I can tell you mine if you want.
I don't have any in particular.
Oh, okay. So how long have you been in Sandpoint, may I ask?
You can ask all you like.
Aw. No fun.
I've been in Sandpoint for 3 days.
Oh, so you weren't around for the goblins.
No.
Okay. Been enjoying yourself here, or is it just a stopping point? Resupply, rest a bit, and then move on.
I had a, we'll say, what's the word I'm looking for?
Contract?
No, it's not the word I'm looking for. I want to say reason, but reason is not the worst of. I had a particular motivation for being here.
Oh, fun.
It's
Those
not
are always fun.
much, not something I should share without the express permission of my master.
Mm. Willingly?
Just one raised eyebrow.
Not willingly, then. Okay.
Well, and you see that he's finished his meal, and he places some coin down on the table. He says, "Thank you for the pork."
You're welcome. I got the meal, don't worry.
And he responds, "No, this
Huh?
is my meal. I pay for it." And stands and rises to his full height of about say 5'10", 5'11".
Toshi's 9 inches shorter,
Yeah. It's,
and not a fear in the world.
yeah. He says, well, thank you for the conversation, and may the first have you. And
Well,
he
may Desmabas who
walks
travels.
out the door as you just sort of as you say that, he's on his way out to the door. He nods and continues on his way.
So single pointed star and may the first have you. I have ideas of what that might be.
You could only see one point.
Yeah. Additionally, Cheliax adjacent. That's the biggest hint.
Roll me a religion check.
Okay. Let's see. Nope. Oh, I am trained.
Yeah, I thought you should be trained. I thought you've got at least one.
19.
19. You're not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not good aligned.
Oh no. Also, Toshi would know the god of Cheliax, correct?
Yeah. What is the god of Cheliax?
Fuck, I'm forgetting his name. Um, man, my dumbass completely forgot it.
How many of you don't know?
Give me a second.
No, you're good.
It's Asmodeus. There we
Interesting.
go. I was going like evil dude,
Evil dude,
demon,
evil
king
dude,
of nine
evil
hells.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
king of nine hells, and just like, oh yeah, that. Just like, oh dear, he's going to be a problem later.
Possibly.
Toshi will go over to Miko again. Just like wait till people are like finished being served.
Yeah. It's probably a good 20 minutes later.
Mhm.
At this point, and it's starting to quieten down, and she does come over to you and lets one of the other new servers, which she has had to hire, take over the bar. And she says, Toshi, I hope you haven't been bothering too many of my patrons.
Oh, no, you don't want that. You don't want that? Are you sure?
I don't want you
Me, a
scaring
hero
them
of
away forever.
I don't do that.
Are you
No.
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What can I do for you, Toshi?
Did you just see that creepy man leave a few minutes ago? Or 20 minutes ago-ish?
The one you were sitting with?
Yeah.
Yes. What about him?
Keep an eye on him.
I currently cannot.
Well, when you can, of course.
If he comes back in, I will make sure he does not start any trouble. That's all I can promise.
Yes, that's all I want out of you.
Of course.
No. I think, his own Cheli accent. You know about Cheliacs, right?
I do.
Yeah. He's also seeming to work for somebody else, and that worries me.
Depending on who we are, we all work for someone. Whether it be a god or a boss or a master of some kind.
What about me? Who do I work for?
Fate.
Myself, probably. I mean,
And she
I
just gets a
guess.
just a big shit-eating grin. Just fate.
Hey, yeah, I guess that works.
Mm. Destiny calls, Toshi. Best get a good night's sleep so that you can wake up to it tomorrow.
It can wait. Or it'll come to me. We'll see what happens. But yeah, creepy man. Uh,
I will
yeah,
keep an
he's
eye out,
creepy.
Toshi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And she slides you over a nearly finished bottle of sake and says, "Enjoy on the house. I was only going to drink it tonight anyway."
Amiko can probably hear Toshi's, like the tip
Like,
of
ooh.
Toshi's tail going
Yeah.
background surrounds.
Yeah.
Toshi just takes the
Definitely.
bottle, of course, and starts drinking and goes upstairs.
Amazing. Amazing. It's
Skilled
sorry?
skilled to be swigging from a bottle while walking upstairs.
Yeah.
You just gotta be dedicated enough. um Yeah, it's the good stuff too. It's actually not in a bottle, it's in a gourd. Yeah, it's the real good stuff. And there's maybe 3 or 4 sips left in the bottom of it.
Toshi still finishes it
Oh,
off.
for sure. It's good stuff.
Toshi's one tail for now is just going.
So, you wake up the next day. It is Sunday, the 19th, I think. Who knows? Something like that. 20th.
God, I just realized when you look into Toshi's eyes, you just see chaotic intelligence.
Oh, 100%. You just realized this? Come on.
No, it's just like somebody who's one of the smartest people in the world, and also chaotic as all fucking hell.
Oh, yeah. Super smart and can get away with it.
Yeah. Toshi wakes up bright and early
Fair enough.
and goes down to
Yeah, go on.
the main eating area.
Cool. You are waved over by Amiko almost immediately as you head downstairs. And she says, "Oh, I got a message from the sheriff that he would like to see your group, yourself. I've already sent Saf along to collect Voron, and I believe Solomon went with them. I'm not sure. That was probably only a few minutes ago. You might be able to catch up if you hurry."
How about I just
I was about to come up and
is
wake you.
Voron's house along the way to the sheriff?
No.
Okay.
Not
The other way.
really, no. It's not along the
Nice.
most direct route, but you could take a longer route and swing by.
Have you ever had a breakfast taco before?
That sounds amazing. And no.
Oh,
I
okay,
did
after I get back,
I
we're
did
having.
have like a spiced mince thing for breakfast this morning, so
Do
really
you have
good.
anything quick that I can just grab to eat?
Uh sure. Help yourself.
There she goes into the back.
Yeah. As you walk in,
Uh-huh.
it is absolute chaos. There are
Mhm.
pots, pans, dishes being scrubbed. Just think of one of the most chaotic kitchens you've ever seen in full swing, with not a
So,
person in it.
so Toshi's right at home.
Yeah, probably right at home. More alone than you thought you would be, because there is absolutely no one inside. But yeah,
Where is the food?
there is so much food. What are you looking for?
Toshi's literally, if they're cooked eggs,
Yeah,
some like, um, either like cooked hamburger for like an omelet or
yeah.
something.
There's probably some mince or something like that. Yeah,
And then does she have soft taco shells? I'm forgetting what they're called.
tortillas, sort of thing.
Tortillas, yes. Yes.
There's probably something like it. Like probably more. It's probably closer to like pita bread.
Okay.
But
And then
yeah,
Toshi grabs a bunch of cheese and just shoves it all together
brilliant.
and just like starts
Sounds
eating it.
fucking amazing.
And then Toshi
Make me
walks out and
hungry.
goes, next time I'm asking for mashed potatoes. And I'm like, bye. Thank you.
Not a problem.
And Toshi just
Varun. And we'll say that you make your way.
Mhm.
On your way to
oh, well,
Varun's or on your way to the sheriff's?
sheriffs.
Okay, straight to the sheriff's. Cool. Varun, what do you do the first day after forging your hammer? What are you doing on the Saturday? Star day.
Uh, I would probably take it to the take it with me to the sheriff's and
Mhm.
the training ground.
Yep.
Um, I would like to look over the training of the recruits if that's happening.
Yeah, definitely. It's been going on for probably a good week and a half now. They've been using not quite not they've been using like weighted quarterstaffs for training up
Yep.
until you finish the order. Now each and every one of them is outfitted in uh new shield and new spear. They look very uniform and they are roll me what knowledges have you got?
Religion.
Religion, okay. Profession?
No.
No. Okay. Just trying to think of what it would be under. Just roll me an intelligence check. It's not super hard.
Good, because I don't have a lot of
Yeah.
intelligence.
3. It's familiar to you, but you
Yeah.
never really learned it. They are in how many spear? We said 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are in 10 rows of 4 at the moment, and um, they are like double time marching around and around and around, full kit. Just looks like almost like a fitness drill, and then a command is screamed over the din of the training ground, and you look over to who has actually given that command, and it's not someone you recognize. It must be the sergeant from Magnamar. Um, that's sort of what you put together.
Yeah.
And as you look back, you notice that they have broken from 10 rows of 4 into 4 rows of 10, presenting a much longer front. And the first row drops their shield in front, lays their spear over the top. The second row puts their spear on the shoulder over the shield of the person in front. So 20 spears in a line, and they walk forward. Almost think like Spartan shield wall.
A phalanx.
A phalanx, for sure. That's exactly what it is.
Oh,
I was trying to avoid using that word because Voren, he's seen it, but he doesn't know what it's called.
It's probably not something dwarves would do much.
No.
Actually, I would expect dwarves to be the best at it.
They would be very good at it, yeah, but they don't really... in my mind, they probably wouldn't have the physical height to make that work as well as they could.
Well, the thing is that I was expecting them to use it to get close to a target, and then they charge.
Possible.
Yeah.
But that would be more like a turtle formation rather than a phalanx.
Yeah.
Well, turtle is a bit of a... Never mind, I know a little bit too much.
In any case, it is a phalanx. Yes, it's a phalanx formation. And they're getting pretty good. There was only like 1 or 2 that were kind of out of step with the others. But they do sort of catch themselves very quickly, and you see one of them just shake his head, just in like, really? Did I really make that mistake? Kind of thing. Just shake his head, and you see the 3 that came to you that sort of started all this happening. You see the 3 of them. One is front row. As you're looking at them, and they're heading towards you, it is the leftmost.
Yep.
One is on the other side. So leftmost, rightmost.
Yep.
And then one is in the center on the rear row. And they look to be directing the formation, and in what you assume to be a role of responsibility.
Good.
Another order is yelled, and they form back into the 10 rows of 4. And you see again those 3, leftmost, rightmost, and then center at the back. Doesn't really matter what formation they're in, that's where they are. They look very well trained, and they are only getting even better.
Good. So I'm going to go and introduce myself to the sergeant.
So he is standing up on a dais, sort of like a raised platform kind of thing, and there is a probably what equates to like a corporal sort of thing, like a squad captain.
Yep.
Standing at the base of the steps, and just sort of
first and just
for sure. What do you say?
Father Boren, I guess you could say that I'm the one responsible for encouraging this situation. I just wanted to touch base with the sergeant and get his word on how he thinks the recruits are doing.
He sort of stands up rather straight. He seems to be roll me a sense motive. Again, not hard, but roll me a sense motive.
I can actually do sense motive.
Yeah.
Say that and I'll roll terribly. No, cool.
Okay. He's very new to this post. He's very proud of himself, and in the way he carries himself, he sort of not shows off his badge of rank, but it's definitely prominent and well looked after and very shiny and new. He says, "Of course, I will see if the sergeant is available or when he is available. Please, one moment. And he takes the 2 steps up the stairs, and the sergeant, who definitely heard you, is like, "Take over, Corporal." And without before the corporal even gets a chance to speak, just "Take over, Corporal," and steps down. And you hear the corporal call the platoon to attention, and continue on with the drills.
Cool.
The sergeant steps down. He's a little more grizzled. He's probably the equivalent to 40, 45 years old. In like, yeah, he's probably about 40, 45 years old. He does look half elven.
Cool.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, as he approaches, I'll hold my hand out for a shake and just introduce myself as Father Warren of Sandpoint.
He shakes your hand and he says, "From what I heard, you are to blame for me being here and training these new recruits."
Yeah, that's a blame I'll happily take.
Well, I'm
They
not sure what you
proud
did.
people.
Sorry?
They are proud people that want to defend their home.
That they are.
They should be given the chance to do so if they wish.
I'm in complete agreement with you, Father Varn. I don't know what you did to those 3, and you can tell who he's talking about. I don't know what you did to those 3, but they have proven that they have the drive to be real soldiers one day. Not just a militia.
That's good.
It is.
Makes me happy. And I hope that they never have to actually see battle.
Well,
and if they do, then their drive and your training sees them well enough that they survive it and whatever else they face.
gives a very, very curt nod. You didn't think that you could ever meet someone who was more stern than Sheriff Hemlock, but this guy definitely fits the bill on that one. He says, "Bye. You can call me Sergeant Harris. By the way, I apologize for not introducing myself earlier."
You are forgiven.
Thank you.
So, Sergeant Harris, I have a bit of an odd request, if you do not mind.
Yes.
Have you taught the lads and ladies, if there's, or lasses, if there's any in the ranks, how to deal with their leadership missing in a heated moment?
We have gone over some of the basics that should be taken into account. However, are you looking to test them? And he just gives you just this nasty grin.
I am wondering what happens if you pull those 3 out from the rest of the formation unexpectedly.
He nods, calls their names, and orders them to fall out, and orders them to join him. He nods to the corporal. Continue.
How does the rest of the recruits handle that?
It's a little more rough,
Mm-hmm.
and noticeably so. They're definitely not ready for battle without these 3.
Yeah.
However, another week or 2 of hard training, then they should be okay. Maybe not amazing, but okay.
So do the three come over and join us?
Yep, definitely, and they stand at attention and just wait. They are very proud of what they've started because they can definitely say that they've started this along with yourself.
I gave them a nudge, and they ran with it.
Oh, they've more than run with it, sir.
Cool. So I'll sort of look over them, you know, check the condition of their uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
And their weapons. First, before I do that, I'll ask Sheriff Harris. Not Sheriff,
Sergeant Harris, yeah.
If he minds, I'll just say, "Do you mind?" And I'll gesture towards the three.
He says, "Not at all." And one moment, and he again calls them to attention and calls them to present arms. And they do so quite well. And he invites you to inspect the soldiers.
I'll do just that.
Yeah. The first one, sort of the ringleader of the three, if you could call it that. And you do notice that all three, uniforms, weapons, shields, everything is very well taken care of. They probably need a little bit more instruction on how to do that more effectively. But they're in good condition. They are dusty and they have been used today.
Yeah.
It's probably sort of midday and yeah, they've seen some wear throughout the day. So they're dusty, they're sweaty, they're all that sort of stuff, but they are becoming more hardened warriors.
So
you do notice. Sorry,
but they all look good and well looked after.
Yeah, definitely well looked after. Yeah, like I said, they probably need a few pointers, but yes, well enough looked after for a militia.
Yeah.
For a soldier, you definitely get a dressing down.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'll ask them what they think of the spears and shields.
Roll me a sense motive. As they reply, they say, very well balanced, and the shields are a lot lighter than we assumed they would be. They have no idea you made them.
Good to know.
Yeah, they have no idea that you made them.
Cool. I'll go back to the sergeant after sort of doing that around and go, is there one of these three that stands out, the more technically proficient?
And he gestures towards the ringleader, who we will now call Dave.
Dave.
Good old Dave.
Good old Dave.
Yeah. Is it Dave, Gav, and Frederick?
Sure.
It is now.
It is now. Dave, Gav, and Frederick. I love it. Yeah, Dave.
So I will just say to the sergeant, would you mind if I put Dave here through a bit of a one-on-one sparring session?
Of course not. I think it would be educational.
Good. I have a new hammer to test.
Well,
this poor man.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get so badly fucked up. It's not funny. Well, don't break him too badly.
Do you have padding around that we can pad the weapons with?
Of course,
prevent that.
yes, I will get the quartermaster to take care of the spear, and if you are willing to part with your weapon for a moment, we can get you.
If you bring me the padding, I can do it myself.
I can organize that. Dave, off you go.
How does Dave look?
Dave's shitting himself a little bit.
I saw this man murder goblins before me,
Oh,
and now
yeah.
I get to watch him murder me.
Oh yeah. The Sergeant Harris says, "Do you mind if I make it educational for the entire troop?"
Sure.
Fantastic. And he calls up to the corporal. Corporal, stand them at ease and get them some water. And get them sitting in the shade over here. We've got a show to give them.
When does Toshi appear?
It's fantastic. This is the day before, so you're at the moment you're having tea with the
Okay.
mayor.
Okay.
So Dave comes back all padded up. His spear all padded up, and he hands you the padding that you need for your hammer.
Cool. I quickly fix it.
Yep,
To the
super
hammer.
easy. Yeah, super easy. And the sergeant says, "Well, off you go, out there."
Cool.
And he says, "As I said, don't break him too much."
His enemy won't go kind on him.
Oh no, I didn't say don't break him. Just don't kill him.
He's a brightly burning coal in Torag's forge. I wouldn't want to extinguish that.
Fantastic. Good to hear. Well, give me a nod when you're ready, and I'll start things off.
Cool. So I'll walk over.
Yep.
And I'll set myself probably about 40 feet away from Dev, if
Yep.
there is enough space in the...
Yeah, there's space.
Yeah. And just hammer forward,
Yep.
held out in front of me, and then I'll nod to the sergeant.
So the sergeant just nods back and just says, "Begin when you're ready." And Dave sort of sets his shield with the spear. He's packing it in a little bit for sure. And he starts advancing slowly.
I'll just call out
Yep.
to him. Keep yourself composed. Losing your composure in a battle is a sure way to get yourself killed.
You just get a you just get a nod, and you see his shoulders relax.
Yep.
And his arm more lock back into place where it's supposed to be, and his steps are a lot lighter.
Yeah. I'll take a couple of sort of swings, wide swings of my hammer. The sound would obviously be muffled by the padding.
Yeah, but still audible.
Yeah.
But muffled, yeah.
And then probably move about 10 feet forward as I'm doing that and land into another stance.
Yep.
Where my hammer is low.
He is now within reach.
Cool.
So, do you want to roll initiative and actually do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll initiative.
Murder this bitch. Effing chat, guys. Effing
chat.
Dave. About to
Poor
be fucking
Dave.
wrecked.
He's gonna get so wrecked. I do feel bad for Dave, I'm not gonna lie. Oops. 14. Oh my god, everything is... Oh,
Please
dear.
tell me he has at least more than 4 hit points.
Oh, sure. Everything
Remember,
is breaking. Oh.
Remember, you can still kill people with non-lethal damage.
He'll be fine. He might not be fine. This might be the last we see of Dave, guys.
Only if you make it that
14.
First hit, crit, max damage.
Oh!
Nice.
Oh.
Dave takes a 5-foot step forward and is going to stab at you with his spear.
A shank.
Gonna try and shank, yeah. For a 13, which I'm assuming is definitely not going to hit.
I will lean my shoulder into it as it comes forward.
Oh yeah, lean your
Catch it
shoulder
on the
into it
pauldron and
just straight off. Yeah, definitely. You see him take another. Okay. Go ahead, your turn. He is now 5 feet away from you.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will take a 5-foot step diagonally left.
Yep. Back.
So I end up forward.
Oh, okay. Next to him.
Yeah, but hopefully still 10 feet away from him.
So
if I have to go more left than forward, I will. But
it's going to be more than it's going to be more than a
backwards.
5-foot step if you do that. To be 10 feet away, you'll either have to go backwards diagonally or straight back, not forwards diagonally. If you want to go forwards diagonally, that's going to be a acrobatics check, and it's not going to be a 5-foot step.
Let's move then.
Okay, cool. So he's
Move.
definitely going to take an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
As you move out of a
cool.
threatened square.
Yep, that's cool. I'll give him that.
That's fair. A 7. So you sort of catch him off guard by moving towards him. He's kind of not used to that apparently. And he rushes the jab and
Just completely misses.
yeah, just completely misses. Your turn. So you've moved. You are wherever you are, wherever you want to be. That's fine.
Can I fudge a swing?
What do
Aim
you
for
want to
the
do?
shield.
I want to. I don't want to just hit and just annihilate him on my first turn.
Yeah.
Right. I want
Yeah.
to make this a bit of a event for
Yeah.
everyone that's watching.
Yeah, for sure.
And give him a bit of practice.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I want to swing
What I'll say,
like I'm going to hit.
Yeah.
But I will make it.
You want to pull your punches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll an attack, and we'll say like minimum damage.
Okay.
How about that?
Yep.
No crits.
So that's
So it's
six damage. Okay, cool. Yeah, no worries. 22 is definitely going to hit against his AC for sure. And 6 points of damage. He cops it on the shield, and you see he probably didn't quite have it brace properly out, and it's his. You hear the impact of it hitting himself, and he's a little winded, but he pushes back out, and on his turn takes a 5-foot step towards you, and is going to try and sort of lunge a little deeper, a little bit more. He's got that fire in his eye now.
After the contact.
Yep.
From the hammer.
Yep.
I just want to say to him, know which hits to block and which hits to move away from.
Yes.
Know the difference before it connects.
You get yes and a nod. 21
will hit.
Will hit. So he steps forward, and that deeper lunge catches you square in the breastplate. He is going to do.
Dave hit.
Yeah, Dave hit. Go, Dave.
AC is only 19. It's not like massive.
It's a D8. It's a D8 for those spears, isn't it?
Long spear, short spear.
It's just a standard spear.
Yeah, just a standard spear. I believe it's a D8.
I think standard spears are throwing weapons.
No, they can be metal.
Dave's got this. Dave's got this.
Wait, why are there long spears and short spears, and then regular spears? Usually spears fall into one
Because
categories.
fantasy.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Do men all have to be so
Yes.
unique to have
Apparently,
to say that it's either a long spear or a short spear or a regular spear?
regular spear.
Man,
I believe it's
judging
just a
somebody has the
D8.
longest spear.
We're gonna
Yeah.
call it a D8, and you take 11 points of non-lethal damage.
Wait,
As
why does
it
he have a +3 to damage?
strength modifier.
Strength.
Strength? Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have a BAB. It's
Okay.
just straight strength modifier. Yeah,
Okay.
Pretty strong.
Damn, he's strong, boy.
yeah,
It's as strong as I am.
yeah. Well, he was a farmer.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, standards. Well, it'd have to be a short spear if they're using it in one hand, unless they're
Yeah.
using buckler. But I made them normal spears and short spears, I guess.
it's fine.
Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
it's all
It's
good.
literally the difference of a pole.
Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So yeah,
I'm gonna smile.
it
Say good hit.
kind of like you're probably gonna have a bruise there. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Cool.
jabbing. Like, still hurts even through plate armor.
Good padding. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
That's cool.
yeah, you definitely see that. All right, I got this. Kind of. It's not quite cockiness. It is quiet confidence.
Cool.
If it bleeds, you can kill it.
Yes, exactly. Very much so. He has the
Bleeding,
air.
all of us are bleeding.
No, that's true. But he has the air of a man who just realized if it bleeds, I can kill it.
Yeah.
Same kind of confidence. It's your turn. Go ahead.
So I will move again.
Yep.
That
Taking
same
the
sort
attack of opportunity.
Taking the attack of opportunity.
Yep. Yeah. Not just for some reason can't quite get used to you moving in that way. Again, completely misses. Doesn't rush it this time. Waits too long.
Aren't always going to move backwards. Your opponents aren't always going to move away from you.
You get that same nod and the yes.
As I step around, I'll go for a big swing and swing towards his legs.
All right. Go for it. 6. He tries to skip backwards, but you catch him just right, like on the side of the foot, and he just spins almost 360 and stumbles, and just sort of tries to right himself. He's kind of limping a little now.
Oh man, this man has a bit of health.
Not much more. He's definitely like, that's his front foot. That's where he's sort of trying to like. It's kind of rough.
Yeah.
So he's going to try. Oh. Sorry, that one. 22 is a 19 a crit for that spear. No, dang.
Also, aren't you taking one less per hit?
Two less, yeah.
Two less.
Yeah.
Two less, yeah. I'm keeping track of that.
He needs to keep track of that. I won't.
Okay.
I don't feel the need to say it every time now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You take 10 points of non-lethal damage as, again, sort of hammers you right in that same spot, and you're like, oh, that's really uncomfortable.
Cool. Good. That's good technique. That's good.
Yeah. He's sort of zeroed in on
that gap.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, caused by long weapon.
Yeah. Your turn.
Cool. I will take a 5-foot step back
Mm-hmm.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
and where's my description? Okay. Take a 5 foot step back and drop into my defensive stance.
Yeah.
So I will take a 5 foot step back, take a deep breath, bring the hammer over so that it's sort of standing in front of me, but held aloft.
Yep.
My feet will sort of meld to stone a little bit, and from my knees down will go grey, like stone slate grey.
Yeah.
And the patch of ground directly underneath me will do the same.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
I will. And then I will hit.
Go for it.
And I really hope that this isn't going to fuck me over in a cool moment here, but not going to pull this one too much. Like, this is
full damage.
Yeah. Unless it's going to kill him. Then
you feel like even if you were to do the most amount of damage as you possibly could, it'd probably be okay. Probably.
Guys, please don't fuck me now.
And it is non-lethal damage.
Yeah. If you deal too much,
it's fine. Cool.
No, that's not as cool, but
it's totally fine. Swing up and around and
just go straight down.
Oh, just straight down. He sees it coming down. You see him try and take that step back, but it's all he can do to get that shield up, and he just collapses underneath it and ends up sort of shield over the top of him, hammer in the shield. And a definite token to your work. Shield doesn't really. It's not really very dented. It's really well made. And he's sort of like his knees buckle and he hits the deck, and he just drops the spear, raises the arm, and just waves like he's done.
Cool.
he just sort of lays there with the shield on top of him, just definitely winded. Yeah.
And then walk over, hold my hand out to help him up.
Yeah.
And as I do that, or if he grabs my hand,
yeah, he will.
I will cast Lay on Hands as I help him up and heal him a little bit.
Brilliant. Yeah, he grabs and hands up, and he sort of like he's new to the whole soldier thing. He like gives you half a salute, half a bow, kind of thing.
Just nod and say you did well.
Yeah. He says, seems to be having a bit of trouble breathing. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah, take a breather.
Yeah. And he limps off and picks up the spear, limps off, and just hands up, trying to stretch out his lungs there. Just nasty winding. F in chat for poor old Dave. He did well.
He took a lot of damage there.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
He was
619.
Technically, he should have been unconscious, but it's fine.
Okay.
It's non-lethal. It's fine. But yeah. So, the sergeant calls the rest of the platoon to attention and orders them to fall out and be back in 20 minutes. Basically, just giving them some personal time to rest, recuperate, and probably celebrate a little that their platoon leader lasted that long against you. And he comes over to you and says, That is a very fancy trick you just did. Is it something that you can learn?
It's not something everyone can learn.
I see.
It's not
That's
something I
unfortunate.
was sure that I was going to be able to do.
Well, it seems like you can.
I'm not sure how to feel about that, if I'm entirely honest.
He takes a breath, and you see the word "sun" start to form on his lips, and he's like, "Hang on, wait a second." He's like,
Both of them are
"Sir,
just sunning each other.
may I suggest that?" And he catches himself. "Sir, may I suggest that an ability such as that should be used in the defense of others?"
Is its purpose.
I believe entirely that it is.
I'm not sorry for
Oh God, no! Don't be. He'll be fine.
using it.
It was fantastic.
feel-
I really liked it. It'll stop him getting cocky.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
Get him a couple of pointers while we were at it too.
Good to know.
Never heard.
He'll pass them on to the rest of the squad for sure. And he sort of hesitates and says, Father Varn, may I ask where you served?
Story.
Because I
You're
know
from
that you
Magmar,
did.
yes?
Sorry?
You're from Magmar, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Is Magmar
How about
is
I
it-
put you on the continent map?
Magnamar is not a dwarven city or Sky Citadel.
No, but is it like a do they tend to have folklore, bedtime stories of things?
It's
And
one of the
is it
three
culturally
largest.
diverse?
Oh
I
yeah,
guess?
definitely.
Yeah.
It is one of the three largest cities in Varisia, in the country.
Um, I served the ninth for a short period of time.
The ninth.
I'm not sure if you've heard of that. If you have any dwarven friends back home, they might be willing to tell you more.
I've heard the name, and well, their training must be intense for you to remember it even now.
There's nothing quite like live fire training.
And there's a shadow that passes over his eyes. You recognize it immediately as definite remembering combat. And he nods and says, "You are not wrong, sir."
Thank you for taking on these men and women, if there is women.
Only men for now.
And okay, well, thank you for taking on these men and giving them the purpose that they asked for, or giving them some purpose that they asked for.
Well, I
It
hope
seems
to
like
make
you're
them
doing
a.
fine job.
Thank you. I hope to make them a very suitable auxiliary force for Sandpoint.
It appears that my companions and I can't be around forever. Hopefully, these brave men that have stood up and volunteered themselves can be the heroes of Sandpoint that everybody thinks that we are.
I have heard that name, Heroes of Sandpoint. I've been
I'm no
considering
hero.
giving this militia force that name.
I think that's a good idea.
The Heroes of Sandpoint?
They're more Sandpoint's heroes than we are.
Those that couldn't stand up and did anyway.
Exactly.
I agree. Doesn't make you any less of one, though, sir.
I'm not of Sandpoint. Not like these people.
That's not how you introduced yourself to me just before. Father Voron of Sandpoint.
It's because I am the father born of Sandpoint. Yes. That is not who I am. That is not where I am from. That is the role that I have played in this place.
Is it a lie?
And it is not a lie, but it is not what I am able to be for much longer. If I'm feeling the coals right.
He doesn't fully understand exactly what you mean, and you probably don't really expect him to. But he sort of nods and, sir, one final piece of completely unsolicited advice from a grizzled old sergeant. You are who you say you are. You are who you believe yourself to be. No one else can tell you otherwise.
Helps if you know who you are. I think I'm still trying to work that out.
Take the time that you need.
Like, slap him on the shoulder, thank him again, slap myself on the chest and lay on hands myself.
Yeah.
Just
a nasty lunge in that one.
God,
And he sort of leans
yeah.
in and is like, I taught him that one. 8 points of healing. Very nice.
Man, that man hit high for those damage rolls.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. All right.
Doing Voron proud.
Slow
Cuts to
on my-
Toshi over there having tea going. I wonder what Voron's doing right now.
Yeah, getting beat.
I hope Dave's doing okay. Have you seen Dave recently?
Oh no, I haven't. I hear that he's been training a lot. He is part of the new militia that Father Voron has set up.
Oh, that's where Dave went.
Yeah. In any case, that's where we're going to take our break for tonight. We'll just be a few minutes, probably 10 or so minutes. I will be in chat to answer any questions, have a chat with everyone. Bear with us. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Toll will be able to join us after the break, but maybe not. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much, and I will talk to you guys very shortly, where we will be back. Alright, let me swap over to And we are back. Unfortunately, we are not going to have a toll tonight. Rush hour traffic is pure insanity, apparently. So that's okay. Anyway, before we left, we were just finishing up with Voren beating the ever-loving fuck out of out of poor Dave.
Hardly.
Hardly?
I was gentle.
I mean, that's fair.
Could
That's
have taken
fair.
him out in one hit.
Yeah, that you definitely could have for sure. If you hit hard enough, yeah, for sure. In any case, is there anything that you wanted to do for the rest of the day, Warren? I ship it. Shipping Voren and Dave. Ooh. I need that art so bad.
No.
Dave look like?
No. Yeah, what's Dave look like?
Dave,
Go on, give us a description.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to give you a description. Kind of average, to be honest. Short cropped hair, like stubbly sort of beard. Nothing too like. It's full, like it's. There's no like weird patchiness or anything like that. It's like a full stubbly beard. He is incredibly broad-shouldered. He does stand at probably, we'll say 5'9" or so. It's 5'9", and shoulders probably a good, let's say 2.5 feet wide. Like he's very broad. Like wouldn't call him short and stocky. It would just average and very very broad.
He got
His
some dwarf in him.
hands. Sorry.
He got some dwarf in him.
I mean,
No.
Is his last name
Not
Javor?
consent.
Ooh, no, not quite Kingpin broad. Not quite Kingpin broad. Like proportioned, very well proportioned. Like his hands are just very, very like scarred, and his forearms quite scarred as well. Very thick. Like Dave is played by The Rock, basically. Yeah, but with short cropped hair and like a not like in like a short, say like 4-day growth beard. And like The Rock's proportions, short, like just brown hair, and then thick. Actually, his beard does have a slight reddish tinge to it. Yeah.
Regulation cut beard.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. Oh no, break up with him. Rude.
So I guess you wouldn't have gas masks, so there won't be a regulation cut. Never mind.
I mean, look. He probably doesn't quite look like The Rock. Like I said, The Rock's kind of attractive. Dave's like, I wouldn't say plain, but average looking. Just average looking. He's just a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that.
Yeah. I'm into it.
So, like, almost the diametrical opposite of Toshi.
Yeah, kinda. Pretty much. So, yeah. Is there anything that... Hey?
Is there like training dummies around? Or bobs that I can go and smack with the hammer to get?
Yeah. Easily. How many do you want to destroy?
How many do they have?
There is a like rows of them, and it looks like they have a bunch of like materials for new ones off to the side. So it looks like they're getting ready to replace them. And there's probably a good say 2 dozen ish.
Well, I'll go through it, and I will spend all of my rounds of defensive stance and all of my rounds of stone strike for the day. Really getting used to all of my tricks.
Yeah, no problem.
And
So what does
probably,
that what does that look like as the soldiers begin to filter back into the training grounds?
okay.
The militia, sorry.
Mhm. So
What does that look like to them?
I would kind of weird because Stone Stance gives me a +2 dodge bonus to my AC, but I can't move. Defensive stance.
It's
So
like the Matrix thing.
yeah, yeah. I'll Dio pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So my strength and constitution is
Now
what
I've got that
it would
stuck in my
probably
head.
be
Thank you.
considered greatly increased while in defensive stance because of
Yep.
+4 to each.
Yeah.
Um, and uh, a focus, unlike they've probably seen from most people. So I
Yeah,
get a
definitely.
morale bonus to my will
Yep.
save. My stone strike completely ignores the hardness of anything that I'm hitting.
Yep.
So it would be like hitting butter, I guess, instead of wood
Okay.
with my hammer.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
or
And
pillows. It
as
would be
I
like hitting
said,
pillows.
how many do you destroy?
How many can I reach
At any given
at
time?
any given time? Yeah.
Your height?
Um,
Wow.
probably about six to eight,
Wow.
depending on where you're standing.
I'll destroy 12 then.
Yeah,
Um,
easy.
like I will put myself in a position where
Yep.
there are 6 around me,
Yep.
and I will go through and
Yep.
still doing perform and holding like technique as best I can, not just being wild and flailing.
Yep. So like
Um,
putting your training forms into action, kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Destroy the 6
Yep.
that I'm that are surrounding me,
Yep.
and then move into the position to take out the next 6
Not a
and just
problem.
breathe and
Yep.
sort of settle myself.
Yep. You
After
did.
that,
You definitely sort of your blood definitely gets up. Um, the weapon seems to be an extension of yourself,
with the
and
roar of a giant and a goblin
yeah,
as it swings,
yeah. So the goblin's probably less a roar, more of a
screech.
scream or a
Mm.
screech. Yeah, like it's discordant. It is hard to listen to.
Yeah,
Which is the point, and
yeah.
it is very cool. You definitely see you catch out of the corner of your eye as you're sort of just finishing off and settling yourself. You see like a couple of the militia just sort of look at each other and like, damn, I would not want to be in Dave's shoes. But yeah,
I will if the sergeant was back,
yeah, he never left.
cool. I'll just ask him how much I need to pay to cover the costs of that.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're about to we were I was about to have them uh practice
Decommissioned?
destroying. Yes, decommissioned is a good word. It's fine. They were about to be destroyed anyway. That's actually our next exercise is charging and trampling an enemy. So
Well,
don't worry about it.
um,
In fact, don't even worry about cleaning it up because it'll simulate a battlefield.
okay. Thank you again for loan of your space for the time that took and allowing me to stretch some old habits.
Hmm.
Um, good luck with the rest of your training. If you need anything, let me know, and I'll do what I can.
If I need anything, the sheriff will be sure to ask.
And then
And he
I'll go back.
gives you a nod and a salute, and yeah.
I'll ninth salute for the first time
Yep.
since, and leave with a very thoughtful look on my face.
Interesting. Good to know. You do catch a couple sort of glances from some of the militia. Gav, in fact, just sort of not recognizes the salute, but recognizes that it's something that he doesn't recognize and that there is training behind that.
But everybody knew that already.
The salute of the ninth.
No. But it was training behind Warren that people didn't know.
I mean,
What?
people kind of probably, in my mind at least, people kind of probably figure that he's from Magnemar or Corvosa or something like that.
May I ask what the Salute of the Ninth looked like?
Yeah, great question. What does that look like?
I don't know. So I'm gonna steal Bridge 4.
Yeah,
Just
go for it. Like a crossed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 4,
Oh yeah.
roughly, and then across the chest.
Yeah, love it. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brando Sando.
And Brando Sando, Brandison Sanderson.
Brandison Sanderson. Hey! Captioning got it right. Fantastic. Yeah, cool. So what do you do for the rest of the day? It's probably mid-afternoon at this point.
I'll go and check in with no, because we're done the Toshi with talking to Amiko a bit.
Yep.
I'll just go home and eat.
Go home and eat. Yeah, not a problem.
I got food in my pantry. Have some tea.
Yeah. It's quiet.
The tea doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, it's just
It just needs a bit more time to mature. It's fine.
Yeah.
I just keep using it, and then it'll come back to how it was.
it'll be fine. Just
Okay.
never wash it.
Yeah. Swords have
Disgusting.
iron guts for a reason. Stomach's
That's
made of
fair.
steel.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously, literally.
Yeah, and I will just appreciate the quiet.
Yep.
And aloneness.
And you'll
For a
never
bit.
have another moment.
Yeah, you'll never have another moment of quiet and aloneness if Toshi has anything to do with it. Yeah, so you spend the night in comfortable solitude. The next morning you wake up to and probably have something to eat. And what time do you normally get up? Dawn-ish?
Or dawn.
Before dawn? Yeah. So probably mid-morning for you, so around about 7 a.m. There's a knock at your door.
I will well, the doors, I'll just call out that it's open.
Yep. You see a courier step in and hand over a slip of parchment to you.
Cool. I will take it, sort of look at the courier and
Yep.
open it, and read it.
And the courier says, from the sheriff. And the sheriff has written on this slip of parchment, I require you and your group at your earliest convenience.
Cool. I'll go.
Yep.
Just then.
Yep.
There would be nothing that I would be doing that would be more important, so.
Mm-hmm. And as you step out, you see that Saf and Solomon are both standing outside. And sort of Saf just gives you a like a welcoming nod. And Solomon probably says something quippy.
Morning, lads. Let's go.
Let's go.
And I'll,
Enter
make sure
when-
my hammer is nice, firmly attached to my back.
Yes, it is. You head to the barracks, and you see Toshi just walking in as you turn onto the street that it's on. You are ushered into Sheriff Hemlock's office and sat down. And as soon as you are all seated and comfortable, he says, well, first of all, let me thank you for all you've done for Sandpoint. It's fortunate that you've proven yourself so capable, because we have a problem that I think you can help us with. A problem I wish I didn't have to involve anyone with, but one that needs dealing with now before the situation grows worse. And he sort of sighs. Put simply, we have a murderer in our midst. One who, I fear, has only begun his work. Some of you doubtless remember the late unpleasantness, how this town nearly tore itself apart in fear as Chopper's slayings went on unanswered. I'm afraid that we might have something similar brewing now. Last night...
A copycat or something new?
Well, last night, the murderer struck at the sawmill, and there are 2 victims. They're in pretty gruesome shape. The bodies were discovered by one of the mill workers, a man named Ebor Thorn, and by the time my men and I arrived on the scene, a crowd of curious gawkers had already sprung up. I've got my men stationed there now, and keeping the mill locked down, but the thing that bothers me isn't the fact that we have 2 dead bodies inside, it's the fact that this is actually the second set of murders we've had in the last few days.
That's where the guards look odd.
I come to you for help in this matter. My men are good, but they're also green. They were barely able to handle themselves against the goblins, and that's what we're facing now. What we're facing now is... barely able to handle themselves against the goblins. And what we're facing now is an evil far worse than goblins. I need the help, but I'm afraid you'll need the help too. You see, I'm afraid that this particular murderer knows one of you as well. And at this point, he hands you, Voren, a blood-stained scrap of parchment. It's folded.
I'll unfold it and read it.
Yep.
I'll read it out loud.
Yep. So, scrawled in, like spiky handwriting. We have spoken of this before, my master, and it has it's got your name at the top. We have spoken of this before, my master. Now it begins. Join the pack, and it will end. And it's signed, Your Lordship.
Oh dear.
Can I try and rack my brain to remember anything in relation to what that could possibly wildly, remotely be?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check. I will preface this by saying it is very difficult. You can't think of anything off the top of your head.
I haven't taken any apprentices or...
Nope.
And the word pack seems to stand out to me for some reason. Stenant is not what I said.
Statement is also not what you said.
Sergeant, I have a question.
The sergeant isn't here, it's just the sheriff.
Oh, sheriff, my bad.
That's
Sheriff,
okay.
I have
Yes.
a question.
Go ahead.
When did the first murders occur?
Three
Three
nights
days
ago.
ago?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. I met person, probably.
Tell me more.
Actually, what have you been
I.
up to?
What do you think I've been up to? Talking to people. Well,
That is not what I think of what you've been up to when you've been alone for a week.
what do we'll get to that later. Um. Well, I was over
No
in
comment.
Amigo's tavern, and I noticed somebody odd. They said they'd entered into the uh, the town 3 days ago. Only extinguishing features that they had a what seems to be a part of a red star. They come from nearby Chiliax. They have they referred to an employer as their master. I can't really give you too much of a description. They were hiding most of their face. And also Adam didn't tell me.
I mean, go ahead and roll me a will save.
Will save?
Yeah, will save.
Okay. Momento. Should be pretty okay right now. Yeah.
The features of his face were handsome, even.
Mhm.
Um, he had a short cropped beard, like a sandy sort of color. You didn't
Mhm.
see any hair on his head. Looked like he was shaved bald. Um, Piercingly green eyes, very straight teeth,
Mhm.
and a nose that looked like it had been broken once or twice and set back properly, but it's got a slight kink in it.
Doshi will give that description.
Yeah.
That's the most I know about
The
him. He can a pseudonym, so that's pretty much useless.
what did he tell you?
Ah, fuck. Didn't write it down in the moment. No,
Oh shit.
no, but it's a pseudonym. It means nothing, honestly.
I see.
Whenever I use pseudonyms, I never give another person the same thing.
I see. Well, I will, and he's looking at you but taking notes.
Mhm.
I'll pass the description on, and I will see if we can track this man down.
Yes. Most likely he'll be very difficult to track down.
I believe you. Uh, in any
Secondary,
case, yes.
second part about this is I think it might be related to Asmodeus or a related cult. As per Chilaxian, activities usually involve
I
that.
certainly hope you are wrong.
Honestly, it would be a good thing because that means he's easy to track.
In any case, cults of any kind tend to attract panic. Uh, I am sure that this note was left at the murder scene to throw suspicion onto you. Go ahead and roll me a religion check, by the way, Voron. I am. I am.
Yeah.
You're not 100% sure, but you. The note and Asmodeus don't really mesh. Um, uh, there's something about it that doesn't quite fit from what you know. However, you haven't studied Asmodean culture.
Okay.
So she's lived it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, so the sheriff goes on to say, the note was found pinned to the sleeve of the latest victim by a splinter of wood. Like I said, I believe that this note was left at the murder scene to throw suspicion onto you. However, I certainly do not believe that you had anything to do with the murders. Although if word of this note gets out, I'm afraid that the town's reaction might not be as understanding. And it's for
Honestly,
this reason that I don't want to start a general panic, and can I rely on all of you to keep as quiet as possible about these murders?
Yeah.
Aye.
Honestly, this really does not look like Warren's handiwork. I would expect more out of you.
I'm not sure what you mean by that, but okay. Um,
Yes, the
suggest that
artistry would
we
be much... No, I'm joking. Wow.
suggest that we burn this then. Do you have any leads?
I do not have any leads, however... Actually, that's a complete lie. Never mind. Yes, I do have a few.
I just gave you one.
Yeah, exactly. I do have a few, including this one that you just handed me. I will be working with you to figure out what's going on here. However, I do suspect I'll have my hands full keeping the peace in town. I am willing to deputize you into the service of the guard to give you the authority of our justice system behind you in this matter.
Wait, we needed that before? Oh dear, okay.
What have you been doing, Toshi?
I mean, like, do you not remember the glassworks?
That wasn't a town guard thing. That was a personal thing.
That's true.
Anyway.
So he says, I promise all the support you need. If there's anything at all that you would like me to look into, or is there anything that you need, let me know and I'll do my best. However, I will ask to keep your investigations quiet for the town's sake. And he sort of pulls out another piece of paper and says, so, working backwards, the most recent murders took place at the Sandpoint lumber mill. And you guys know that to be building number 25 on the map. I have put you back on the Sandpoint map? Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Right there. The bodies are still present and little has been done with the crime scene itself. I highly recommend that this be the first place you investigate, since I would like to clean the mill up right away and get the bodies buried. Next up, I have interrogated Ebor, the man who discovered the bodies. He doesn't. I don't suspect that Ebor knows much more than he has told me. He was very frightened, and he's a skittish man in general. My only suspect at this point is Van Vinder, the owner of the general store in town. I'm fairly certain that he's innocent. However, he does have a temper. He has a temper, and it has flared out of control before. But as I said, he's never killed anyone before, and I don't believe he has this time.
Wouldn't make sense for someone with an ill temper to kill 2 people 2 times.
Exactly. Yes. In fact, the first murders were 3 people, and they were 3 conmen from the town of Galduria. They were found murdered in an abandoned barn just south of town a few days ago. Their bodyguard survived the assault, but has gone insane, and we have placed him in Habe's sanatorium. It's a privately run respite for the criminally insane. The most significant clue, which I do not understand, is the rune that has been carved into the one of the most recent victims' chest. And he shows you a drawing, and it is a 7-pointed star.
Oh dear, we're
Make it
dealing
A
religion
with
check.
this.
7-pointed star.
Okay, Vaughn, we're really gonna have to get to a library at some point. I need to do research.
Make a religion check.
You can make a religion check. In fact, can you make a history check?
No.
You can try
Would
and
I
make a
be able to
religion
make a
check.
history check?
And I want to
Can I make a history check?
religion.
Religion?
Yeah, no, you can make a history check. Yes. Why? Oh, there. That's why. Okay.
21. I don't know it.
Allow me to also give someone else.
Oh yeah.
I
Great.
actually don't think I did the. Oh no, I did do their ranks. This is there we go. Vorin. This 7-pointed star, you do recognize it. It is the exact same star that was on the book in the complex under the glassworks. It is also the exact same star that was present in the depths of Thistletop. It is also the exact same star that is present on the amulet that you got from Nualia. All the same. There is, in fact, a religious iconography to it, but you can't quite put your finger on where it is from. However, you do know that it is immeasurably old.
Okay.
Like, possibly thousands of years.
Do I still have the amulet? I should say.
One of you do, yeah. Actually, I do believe it is you.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it out of the bag of holding. Sahedron medallion.
Sahedron medallion,
right.
yes.
Yep. So I'm going to pull it out of the bag of holding and just compare it to the drawing.
It is eerily. It is almost an exact copy. It is a carving, however, it is almost the medallion is a painted. It's that kind of it's crafted. The carving in the chest of one of the victims is a carving in skin. It's not as high quality,
Artistic.
I guess. It's not as clean. Clean is a much better word than what I said. We'll pretend I said that. So yeah, it's not as clean. It's a little bit more ragged. As you pull that out, the sheriff sort of sits back and just rubs his temple a bit and Father Vorin, may I suggest that you do not show that around town, and might I suggest that you just made yourself a possible suspect, or not a suspect, a person of interest in this investigation. Can you explain to me why you have that?
Do you honestly think
Nualia
that I
had
would
it.
not be able to explain it to you? So, when we cleared out the...
He's visibly incredibly stressed.
Yeah. And he has entirely underwritten my character by an assumption. So, like,
Yeah.
Vorin's like, no, you're an idiot.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
But a good serial killer would create a reputation of them being a very good person before murdering.
It's very true.
Anyway.
Anywho.
That I could not get away with it. There is no way that I could
Oh god, no.
actually get away with it.
No.
I'll explain that it was something that Nualia Tobin had on her.
Visibly relaxes.
And we used it. One of its properties is it casts gentle repose upon the body of the person, the dead being that it's on, which helps preserve the body, which we then used to then bring Noalia back so she would get a proper burial.
See.
After the burial rites, it sort of just stayed in my bag of holding because I haven't really even thought about it. But it's potentially something that we could use if, say, one of us dies. Harag Forge, that never happens. We could use it to bring one of us back mostly intact for a resurrection or a proper burial or something like that.
I understand.
Otherwise, it's got no purpose to me. I just happen to be the holder of our party's miscellaneous items, and therefore,
Of course.
in possession of this.
I do apologize if I offended. Seeing you pull out the exact symbol that was carved into one of the murdered men's chest was very
a bit of an affront, yes.
Yes.
I do have to say, I hope for if you ever did this, it would not be that bad. Like, seriously, this is not good handiwork.
I think it best if you get started on your on your investigation as soon as possible, please, and stop saying incriminating things in front of me. I don't believe that you did this, but if you keep saying these things in front of me, I will have to investigate you.
Oh, you can investigate me as much as you want. You won't find anything wrong.
Oh, she just shut up.
Oh, I believe that.
Let's go. Thank you,
Thank
Sheriff,
you.
for your time.
Wait, what do you think I do by myself? Lauren?
Thank you for your time. The guard outside will escort you to. Please go.
Toshi just has a mischievous grin.
Yeah.
I hope you know I was teasing. But yeah,
Wow.
no, seriously.
If I was taller, I would cuff you over the back of the head.
Someone
If
in
you're
chat
faster,
just said,
you would
sometimes it's better to just stop talking, and I agree.
Yeah, Lauren, you should just stop talking.
Yeah, sure. Voron's the one who needs to stop talking. Anyway.
I hope they realize that Toshi's joking like 90% of the time.
Well, I mean, your party party members might.
The authorities who have to take a non-biased view on something?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Anyway, yeah. What did I get with the 21 history check?
Yeah. This is connected to Varisia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't quite know exactly how, but it's definitely something in the far distant past.
Okay.
However, it is connected to this land somehow.
Whatever it's connected to Old Mate.
Who's Old Mate?
The spectral king or whatever it was.
That's fair.
Underneath this stuff.
Wait, does Toshi know these stories about the bridge in Magnamar? I think I already asked this question once.
I'm pretty sure you have answered that question once, and I don't remember what answer I gave.
Yeah.
Did you take notes?
I don't think I rolled super well.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think you did either. I very much rely on you guys to take your own notes. I don't remember what kind of bullshit I spin on a day-to-day basis. So I love that. I love it. I love that you guys actually have notes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I never do.
Okay, so Foreign, first of all, what do you think I do by myself when nobody's around as they're walking out?
Hard to know where to start. You are quite the enigma of a person, Toshi. I don't doubt that you get up to a great many things, and you probably enjoy them so. I don't necessarily think that any of them are malicious.
Oh, that's
However,
good.
innocence can be feigned.
I mean, like, yeah.
What did you get up to while I was
You want to
in
know the
another
most
realm?
want to know the most exciting thing that I did, other than go like, "Oh, you're probably on drugs." I had tea with the mayor.
Sure, she seems like a very interesting woman to talk to. I imagine you two had a lot to talk about.
I mean, it's been 4 years since we last talked.
A lot can happen in 4 years, and I'm sort of
Surprisingly, not as much as what you might think.
1,000 yard stare off
Yeah, 1,000 yards
for a
stay, just
moment.
like, "Ah." Yeah.
I mean, like, then again, I did sort of. Never mind, we don't have to talk about that right now. Anyway, let's go find a dead body. Until she just leads some more.
Just to double back onto the rune,
Mhm.
I was going to roll something else for Saf. Fantastic. Saf sort of pipes up and says, so that, rune, I just remembered where I've seen it before. It's, it's, um,
Spit it out, lad.
yes. So it's an ancient rune. It dots the ancient ruins that uh are throughout Verizia's landscape here. There are some of these in the old light, mostly destroyed and partially, like, I don't believe that they are of much uh importance. Um, However,
Do you have any skills with a map?
why is that?
Could you plot this star on a map
I
with the
believe
thistle top point as one of the points of the star? Essentially, line up these things that you're talking about.
possibly.
I I mean, like, that can give us either a lot of information or send us on the wrong path.
We
Well,
don't have to act on it. We can have that information and find or wait for other things to correlate that information before we act on it. However,
We're off to go to see a dead body right now.
yeah, we
Or
can talk while walking.
okay.
so
They're just walking faster than everyone else.
yeah, fair. So you believe that if you plot it correctly, that in fact, yes, two of the points do line up with both Thistletop and the Old Light. However, it can be any 2 points.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because that's not what I expected it to look like. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now you know
What
what it
can
looks like.
we recognize the little runes?
Um, Roll me a knowledge history check.
Okay. Probably not.
Can I do another
No.
knowledge religion now that I've seen the runes?
Would Arcana work
Sure.
for this? Too?
Arcana might, yeah.
Okay. Hmm,
You
better.
you can't pick an arcane reason as to what they would be, Toshi. However, Voron, there's something there. You don't know what it is or where to look for the rest of the information, but there's something about those runes. There are 7 of them. and they seem familiar.
I'm gonna ask a really, really stupid question.
I love
Is
stupid
Sin
questions.
the wizard archetype for Sin magic? Is that a common occurrence or is that
No,
unheard of? Okay. Okay, just making sure.
very, very, very uncommon. You probably actually have never met one.
Okay.
Um,
I have to ask because
you
if it's
recognize
more
the
common.
symbol?
Oh no, I most definitely do outside of game.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, would Toshi know the arcane
Oshi does
symbols?
not recognize them, no.
No. Okay. Because I was
Um,
trying to figure out if they're just attached to the normal spell schools or not.
however,
Mhm.
Saf does go on to say, "Is like, so as I was saying, before we looked at the map, these old ruins, they are all Thessalonian,
Oh, there's the word
an
for it.
ancient culture, civilization. We don't really know exactly who they were or what they were, but they lived 10,000 years ago."
Well, let's hope we never meet them.
From what I know of them, that would be preferable. What I do know of them,
That
that it
doesn't
was
sound
a.
good.
Sorry?
That doesn't sound good.
Well, what I
Adam
do
just
know
looks
of
at me
them.
yeah. Adam just
Um.
looks at me after I ask that question.
Help! What I do know of them is that they were a vast empire ruled by powerful wizards. The sheer size of the monuments, um, the sheer size of the monuments testify their power and the unnatural way that many of these monuments have resisted. I just realized that
What?
I turned your mic up earlier, and I didn't change the I didn't turn the thing off.
Did you not unmute me?
No, you are unmuted. I turned you up. um, he says, most sages no, sorry, the unnatural way that many of these monuments have resisted erosion and the march of time testifies to their skill at magic. However, most sages place the height of the Thessalonian Empire at 7,000 to 8,000 years ago. However, uh my teacher believed that they collapsed no sooner than 10,000 years ago.
Fine.
The name of that symbol is the Sahedron rune, and it is spelled the same way as the amulet. Um, However, I don't know much more than that.
So, why does your teacher believe that the collapse was before what the um, commonly believed peak was?
Well, my teacher was a kook. Yeah,
Also, um, Voren,
mad as a cut snake.
uh, sometimes civilizations crash before flourishing.
That
It's an
doesn't
odd
seem
way.
to be the case with this one.
Huh?
I'm not one for history, but if a civilization crashed, would it not rise as something different than what it crashed as? Just
Sometimes they use
by
the
the
same
way that
name.
natural people work.
It's my teacher's belief that you're looking at it. The ancestral origins of every Varisian is Thessalonian.
At least
I
on the human
don't.
end.
Yes. Well, they weren't inhuman, as far as I know. They were possibly extra human.
Like human too.
Yes, something like that. Look, I definitely didn't pay a lot of attention when he was ranting. I
I
just
once
kind
had
of like
to,
agreed and hoped he would shut up. Sometimes
like
he
I
would talk
once
for days, and I
What
just
else
wanted to
does the
sleep.
star line up with? Saf?
Uh,
Was it
I mean, like
Ashen
I
Vale?
once had a
Ashen Moor?
tutor that
Ashen Moor?
went mad and disappeared one night after ranting about something between the stars. That was weird. Anyway.
So, let me. No
And
comment.
everyone just ignores Toshi.
Let me. Let me draw this on.
What you could do. Not right now, but let's just make that background of that transparent. But that works too.
So, this is kind of what you're looking at. Close enough is Ashen Moor, Mosswood. It's, like down in the farmlands here. The point of the three cormorants and Egan's Wood. Soggy River, maybe, yeah.
Are all rivers soggy?
Some are soggier than
The
most.
ones that you are in.
I also love how everyone absolutely ignored Toshi's ramblings.
I mean, we got to we got to ignore the ramblings to get past it, right?
Okay, interesting. So do we get to the sawmill yet?
Yeah, definitely. At about this point that you have gotten to the sawmill and probably just walking up to the door. There are two guards either side of the sawmill, and the guard that is escorting you nods to them, and one of them leans in and says, I hope you've got a strong stomach. It's not pretty in there. And
I'll just look at him.
I will give a trigger warning for gore. Yep.
Oh, is there pictures?
I'll just look at him.
No, there's no pictures, but I'm going to describe it.
I've been in slave dens before. They aren't pretty either.
And he just opens the door for you without a word.
Toshi just gives him a big old smile.
Fair enough. So, as you walk through the door, you are immediately hit with the smell of, like, the metallic, irony smell of blood, mixed with the dusty, like, choking sort of scent of sawdust. The mill interior is coated with sawdust strewn with footprints and splashes of blood. The sawdust has congealed and is red, just washes of it everywhere. A desperate struggle took place here several hours ago. Go ahead and make me a survival check to start with. As you see a woman's body pushed into the log splitter. The mangled corpse remains lie on the mill's lower floor, which you see it has dripped down through the floorboards where it was torn apart by the log splitter, and there are two halves of the body laying on the floor and pooled blood everywhere, and the entire machinery is streaked with dripping browning blood. Toshi, you catch the scent of reeking, rotting meat that should not be here because these bodies are not rotting. The guard excuses himself very quickly, and the log splitter itself powered by a water wheel consisting of a chute in the floor with rotating saw blades that cuts logs as they are fed in. As I said, this her body is torn apart, and there is almost no recognizable features. On the wall to your right, you see the body of a man, horribly, horribly desecrated, hung on the wall by several hooks normally used to hang machinery. The face is carved away and the lower jaw is missing entirely. The bare chest is defaced as well, bearing that Sahedron rune in the shape of a 7-pointed star. The streaking blood dripping onto the floor pools around. This man was not killed quickly. And in fact, most of these wounds were probably inflicted before death.
Sure, wounds.
By Sarenrae's light, I was not expecting this.
That's where we're going to call it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week. I will be hanging around in chat for a few minutes to answer any questions. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'm sorry.
Well...